Well, hello, everybody. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome. Good to see you all. Let's go over here. Oh, we got audio going. Hold on. Let's mute that. Hi, everybody. Hello. How's everyone doing today? Kinlan, Jarkid, Draken, Dark J31, good to see you all. Good to have you here. We're gonna do a little Final Fantasy. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see how it all goes. I don't know. I had lunch right before we did this. I cooked 2 burgers, and they were delicious, and I ate them both, and it was too much food. I shouldn't have done it. I should have had 1 burger. One does not need 2 burgers, but that's what I did, and that's my burden to live with now. And we're gonna see how it all goes. See how it turns out. Yeah, two burgers. Let me tell you. Here's here. You know, I always talk about how I should do more cooking stuff. Here's a free cooking tip for people out there. Do your research, or just experiment your own. Make your own burger sauce. It's, you know, if you don't know, if you've never heard that term before, it's pretty well known. But for those who might not know, because there was a time I didn't, burger sauce is basically mayo, ketchup, mustard. You can do ponzu. You can do Worcestershire sauce. You can do all sorts of stuff. But it's mixed up. It's mixed together. It's a cool orange sauce. Make your own burger sauce. Go out there and make it homemade. Put it in a squeeze bottle. You can do Thousand Island dressing if you want. That's been a suggestion. I don't, but that is another option. That starts to get you closer to like a Big Mac type sauce. Diced pickles. You can put a little pickle in there. So here's the only reason I don't put pickle relish or diced pickle in there is because I like to use a real small squeeze bottle and the little pieces of pickle get stuck. But yes, you can also put it in a bowl, mix it up there and have it there. But I like to have a little squeeze bottle to put over everything. And my squeeze bottle doesn't like the little pieces of pickle coming through. So that's the only reason I don't do that, but it is good in there also. But yeah, lots of people throwing out suggestions. It's a great idea. Make a burger sauce, because let me tell you, it doesn't matter how good you are at making burgers. You can buy a plain McDonald's cheeseburger, put homemade burger sauce on it. It's 1,000 times better. So if you can improve, like, not great burgers, you could get those White Castle frozen food sliders, put burger sauce on it, and just doing that makes those better. So if it can elevate whatever you put it on, burger-wise, it takes a lot of the burden off of you to deliver an amazing burger. So that's my cooking advice for the day. Make your own burger sauce. Goes a long way. You should also, grilling your own burgers is fun. Like, that's a cool thing to do. You should do that too. But a very simple way to fix, to elevate, not fix, but improve burgers is a burger sauce. Sauce on the burger or the bun. I will typically do the bun, but you can put it directly on the burger if you want to. Especially if you want to go heavy on the sauce, because burger sauce is good. You can either do both sides of the bun, or you can go over the meat. Sauce the whole thing if you want. It's real good. So I recommend everybody go out there and make it. It's real simple. I made my own today. It was a little more complicated than what I described. It was a little too much. I'm figuring out what I want my burger sauce recipe to be, and I haven't landed it yet. But I will tell you, I experimented with smoked paprika today, and that is probably going to become a staple. That added a really interesting flavor to it. And I also learned, as somebody who read a recipe and went, paprika, smoked paprika, it's the same thing. It's not. I found that out. Because this is not the first time I've used paprika in a burger sauce, but the last time I did it was just regular because it's what I had. And I was like, surely this is a fine substitute for smoked. No, turns out substantial difference in flavor. I don't know. I'm learning all this stuff at home. There's people who go to entire schools for this sort of thing. I'm just trying and learning as I go. But yeah, we're figuring it out. I've made multiple versions. I will tell you right now, the most popular one in my household was this, and it's a pretty simple one. So you can do it yourself. It was 1 part ketchup, 1 part mayo, I believe a 1/4 part mustard, yellow mustard, and I can't remember how much ponzu sauce I put in there. I don't know if it was, I don't think it was a 1/4. I think it might have been a tablespoon or 2. But I put some ponzu sauce in there. And that was it. And so far, that's been the best. But I know it can be better. It's been the most well-received amongst the family. It's the one we ran out of the most very quickly. But I damn near made cane sauce the other day, experimenting with it. I was like, oh my gosh, I got really close to making Cane's dipping sauce with one of the ones I made. So maybe chicken fingers and sauce will be the next thing I learn after this. If I'm that close to cane sauce, maybe it was really close. It was really close. Everybody that tried it was like, this is cane sauce. No, it's not as peppery, but it's cane sauce. It didn't have any pepper in it. I feel like if I had added pepper, we might have been just on board, on brand for cane sauce at that point. Yeah, always take notes. That's a lesson I still need to learn, let me tell you. But yeah, happy to have you all here. Happy to be a part of this. Happy to be doing it. We are going to play a little Final Fantasy in a moment here. I want to give just a little bit of time. I want to give everybody a chance to file in. I also want to give everybody a little bit of a chance to know there is going to be some MSQ spoilers on this stream. Now, I don't think it's going to be anything super crazy because I literally haven't started it yet. These are going to be the first quests out the gate. Typically, if this is going to follow the pattern of past expansions, typically the way the pattern works is they do a little intro, you get a little preview of things, you do a couple things, and then they tell you, hey, you can go to 1 of 2 places. Where do you want to go? My goal is to get to at least that moment, if that moment exists. I think I did see somebody say something about 2 different zones they could go to. So I believe that is still in here. But we will eventually get to spoilers. Please, everybody. What did I hit? I put music back on. Okay, I hit a button. I did this with my hands, and I managed to turn on music. Respect where everybody is. That's why we have the spoiler warning up here. That's why I ask you to respect my playthrough as well. Please don't let me know where things are headed. I'm not a big spoiler guy, but, I'd rather experience this not knowing. So that's where we're at. I've heard a lot of mixed things. Not a lot. I'm mostly trying to ignore news about Dawntrail and all of that, but I have seen that it's not getting insanely positive reviews. It's getting kind of middling reviews with people who are finishing the MSQ. I'm going to judge for myself, but I'm going to also say, doesn't surprise me. You know, this is basically another A Realm Reborn. Like, this is the start of something new. I think anybody that came in expecting Endwalker or Shadowbringers, like, those expansions are kind of mind-blowing on the back of everything that came before it. It would be a little weird that something starting brand new could do the exact same thing. So, um, I'm not expecting this to be like a crazy reveal, like over the top MSQ. And hopefully that puts my mind where it needs to be to enjoy it, have a good time. Because I've also heard some people say they really liked it. So we're going to have to see. But I think that's all the disclaimers we need. We've had time for people to come in and get hungry about cheeseburgers. I will say, here's my one controversial take on cheeseburgers. I have watched so many cooking videos on making burgers and whatnot. And nearly universally, people that I respect, people that I think do a good job, people that I would listen to, say American cheese is what you put on a burger. And I gotta be honest with you, I've tried from the cheap Kraft singles to a more expensive but still American cheese. I just don't like American cheese on burgers. I just don't. I don't hate it, but I like cheddar better. I just do. I can't get past it. Pepper jack I would also be good at if I want spicy. But when I started learning how to make burgers, because this was a big decision for me, because I've been kind of going through phases of like, okay, I want to learn how to make steak really well, right? And then I got to where I was like, okay, I think I grill a really good steak. And then it was like, okay, well, what do I want to do next? And burgers is always something that I have kind of avoided, because in my household, it's very hard to get everybody to agree what should go on a burger. Everybody wants different things, and nothing feels worse than like going through chopping up tomato and onion and everybody going, no, I don't want any of that. No, not for me. Not for me. Or you buy a bunch of pickles, because pickles always come in a big thing of pickles. Nobody else wants pickles. So everybody having different wants and desires, like that already, I was like, oh, it's just frustrating to make burgers. Everybody wants different things. I throw out a lot of stuff. There's a lot of problems with it. So goal number one was to come up with a burger that everybody could agree was good, that I could just go, universally, this is the burger everybody's getting, and everybody will be happy with it. Goal number two, eliminate waste. That's kind of a part of it. You're not chopping up onions you're not going to use if everybody's happy with what's on the burger. I wanted it to be easy, and I wanted it to be good enough as far as how it tasted that people would actually look forward to it, right? Because when I was a kid, my dad's a really good cook. But whenever he was like, hey, I'm doing burgers, it was never that exciting for me, because I could tell they were well made. I just didn't really enjoy them. They weren't stellar. They were just like, okay. And so those were kind of my goals going in. That's why I said there's an importance in burger sauce. You don't get into everybody gave you 8 different orders with the burger sauce. Everybody in my household likes it. So my burgers are really simple. It's buns, meat, cheese, burger sauce. That's it. Everybody gets it. Everybody likes it. And there's no complaining. Everybody's excited for it. So that was my big goal. But the cheese was a bit of we had to figure out, because we tried American, and it's not bad. It's just not. You get a good cheddar, and it's like, oh, this is just better. This is just better. So you know, I guess that's just our taste in general. Although I think the kids would be fine either way. They're just like, put cheese on something, please. Anyway, are we all done talking about burgers? Let's, I'm glad that I'm not the only one that's like, guys, I just can't with American cheese. I just can't. I'm glad I'm not alone. And pepper jack I do like, but I guess that was the whole point of what I was saying is if I did pepper jack, I would do it. Nobody else in my household would. And that's fine, but one of the goals was to get everybody having the same thing, so I didn't have to. Because the amount of times I would make something and someone would go, I didn't want this on it. It's like, all right, I forgot. I messed it up. There's a lot of people to keep track of, and I messed it up. So this just helps a little bit. All right. We should get into Final Fantasy. We should do it. Let's switch over to the gameplay so that we can do that, which is play the game. Here we are. As you can see, we've been training since the last time I streamed. It's been a diligent training session. We are now at level 90 Viper. Poking training dummies, getting good. I'm not going to claim to be a master at the class yet, but I will say I did figure some of it out. The biggest issue I've had with the class, let me stop hitting this training dummy, because right now things are a little intense. Let's reset. Right now, the biggest issue I still have with the Viper is this ability, the Dreadwinder, and then comboing into Hunter's Coil and Swift Skin's Coil. I'm not 100% sure where I should weave that into my combo yet. They seem like a good way to add additional time to your buffs and debuffs. So right now it feels almost like it should be an opener and then should maybe follow once the combos are all gone through again. I really don't know. I have a hard time determining when to go through that set of moves. But the class is kind of easy because you basically just hit whatever lights up. So I'll show you what I mean for anybody that hasn't played Viper yet. It's kind of whack-a-mole. Like the whole sword gauge, I went to the simplified one because I don't really need to see it. Like this basically exists just to show you what buffs to hit. But the buttons lighting up does the exact same thing. So you'll see, if I hit 3, now it's telling me I can hit 2 or 3. And now it's telling me I can hit 2 or 3. So I do that. Hit it again, start another combo. Now it's saying hit 2. Now it's saying hit 2. It just sort of tells you where to go. Now it's recommending just 3. Now it's just recommending 2. So you're really just kind of hitting the things that light up to kind of keep track of what you want and what to press. Now, I know there are a lot of people who say that that seems way too easy. And I agree. It's very easy. It's a little bit hand-holdy. But if it didn't do that, the class would be way too hard. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like the design is going to land in one of two camps. Either you get it lights up and you just kind of mindlessly hit what it tells you to hit, and then people are like, it's kind of hand-holdy class. Or it doesn't do that and people go, what the math is this class? Because if you didn't have that, you would have to be watching 3 buffs over here and a debuff on your target, and in the middle of a combo, remembering how to navigate a tree to make sure you have the best optimal uptime on all those buffs and that debuff and weave your brain back and through it while also throwing in some other combos. And that's just too complicated. That's not going to be fun. So I'm ultimately happier that we have the easy version. But anybody that tells you Viper is kind of face rolly, they're not 100% wrong either. But also, look how clean these bars are. Like, I will say, I love how clean the bars are, because all these abilities are all the kind of like junk abilities that you don't really use, but you're like, yeah, I should probably have it on my bar. I mean, arm's length is good. There's your stun, which is also good. You're supposed to use that. I don't. Not a good... Look, I'm not going to claim to be great at this game. I'm okay at best. So... But those, like, I've basically got it down to 2 bars that very evenly match. I couldn't be happier with the lack of buttons. So I'm happy with the Viper. It's fun. I have completed the job quest. I think I look pretty cool. I got these swords. I got this cool outfit with a cape. I think I'm ready to go out and get things done. So, again, this will be your last warning. If you don't want to see any of the intro to Dawntrail stuff, now's your time to check out, because we are going to go check it out. Oh, I thought this was somebody's lot. I was like, how'd they get so much snow down here? I really wish you could make your lawn in Final Fantasy all snowy, if you wanted. I want, like, a winter wonderland. They sell little, like, tufts of snow, but it doesn't work right. I want to just blanket the whole thing. I want a lawn option. Alright. Let's get going on this MSQ. A new world to explore. Starts in Old Charlayan. Here we are. Is there anything else I need to do before I set off on our new adventure? I don't think so. I think we can just go... do it. Nobody has any cards they want to play. We're not going to do triple triad for a couple hours. No? Okay. Oh, this is a good question before we get going. Dark J says, how did you level to 90 on the Viper? So the best way to level is this, and I had forgotten one of these, but I'll give you the quick things that I did. So first thing, make sure you do your Wondrous Tales. That's half a level doing those. Guaranteed. When you turn it in. So I had it prepped to where I could turn one in immediately and then do that week's. So that was a full level. So my 80 to 81 was just Wondrous Tales. Done. Then every single day I've been doing my hippo dailies out in what's its place? The dailies, the tribal quests, right? For the elephant people. I've been doing that. So do those dailies every day, and if you get lucky, you'll rank up and you get the opportunity to do 6 instead of just 3. Thing number 3, I did a lot of stuff on my challenge log, because this rewards a lot of bonus XP too. So 3 dungeons via duty roulette, complete 5 dungeons, guild heists. I totally cheated the guild heist too, because right now tanks or healers are typically needed for these. They have very short queues. So you do 2 as a tank, then switch to Viper, finish, and your Viper will get the reward XP. Then switch back to tank or healer, do up to 9, switch back to Viper, get your 10. You avoid a 10-15 minute queue of not that much XP, but then you get a decent little chunk for completing it. Commendations will just come with that. There's your Wondrous Tales business, so although that doesn't give XP. Doing fates, so queue times right now are really long. Do fates. Got that for doing my dailies, although that doesn't award XP. But basically, keeping a look at your challenge log, finding things that award XP is a good way to do it. Next thing, do your roulettes. The key ones that you want to do is high-level dungeons. Leveling isn't bad either. And if you can, you're going to have a longer queue. But, let me see. I thought this was, yeah. So you can do limited leveling roulette, and it will get you something that's closer to your level when you're doing duty roulette. Because once you have kind of exhausted these, trials is a quick thing to do because it's like one fight. Kind of same for normal raids. Those are pretty easy to knock out. You can do the main scenario, though you're looking at spending a lot more time there, but you do get a sizable bit of XP for that. But once you've sort of gone through what you can do daily and all of that, then the next thing you do, go get to Endwalker dungeons, select whatever is within your dungeons. Select whatever is within your level range. So if you can do Venispati, do that. If you can do Katisa's Hyperborea, do that. That one's a really good one too because people can kind of overpower it. It doesn't level sync. But the Antioscope also goes really quickly, but you're very close to 90 at that point. So pick the dungeons that are closest to you in level. You will get almost a level worth of experience per dungeon. The reason right now I am 90 and a half is basically because I did a dungeon at 89 and it nearly got me to 91. Oh, you have to be in a full pre-made group for limited leveling, unfortunately. Okay, that's good to know. I didn't do it, so I didn't test it, but I remembered while I was talking that that was an option. So, okay, if you're solo, you can't do that. But you might be able to form a party if you have a community. But either way, doing whatever is your current dungeon is a good option, and you do get loot for the Viper. So those Endwalker dungeons do drop loot for the Viper. I actually got a pair of swords on that last dungeon that I ran. So you can definitely do that. I also supplemented by doing a lot of fates. Fate XP isn't that bad. And I did some of the guild hunt board stuff. So that's a decent route to go too. So yeah, that's my advice for leveling. There's lots of ways to do it. It does feel, it feels long sometimes, but the best thing you can do is, I would say, you know, do the big boost that you can, then queue up for current level or, you know, within a couple level dungeons, and supplement the wait time because you're going to have, you know, a 20 to 30 minute queue probably. Supplement that with doing fates and other things you might want to do, and then run the dungeon, and you'll get almost, like I said, you'll get almost a level of XP from it. Alright, it's time. We're here. Mender, mend to me. Let me get a drink, because I'm going to be reading voices, I'm sure. All right. Ojika Sunjika has a message for you. I have never said any of these names out loud. This is gonna be a journey. Welcome back, Eos. I've just had word from Erenvel. It seems he's managed to secure passage to Tyrol aboard a guild ship vessel. Why don't you wait in the main hall while I go and inform your travel companions? It should only take a moment. Alright, go to the hallway. Look at this room. It's a good room. Look at this map. I like that we have this massive map, and they were like, hey, we got a better map, but we only printed it this big. It's only this big. Ojika gave us the good news. We've made ready to set sail at a moment's notice. The only one yet to arrive is Erenvel himself. Ah, you're all here. It took some persuasion, but the Gleaner's Guild ship has granted us places aboard the vessel bound for Tyrol. There'll be other passengers, researchers, and artisans and the like, so we'll need to share deck space. That's fine, Erenvel. I doubt anyone expected we'd have a ship all to ourselves. They're not casting off just yet, so if you have any lingering concerns, now is the time to voice them. I wouldn't call it a concern, but everyone's still clear on what it is we'll be doing in Tyrol, yes? I don't remember anybody's voice, so we might get sounding a little more like them as we get to voiced cutscenes. We've not forgotten. The nation of... This is going to take me a while, and they're going to say it a lot. Tuliolo is in the midst of deciding its next ruler. As your chosen allies, we shall assist you during the rite of succession and support your bid to become the Dawn Servant. In addition to that, Alphino and I have another objective. As part of its reconstruction, Garlemald seeks ways to reconcile and re-engage with its neighbors. By visiting Tyrol, we hope to learn more about how its myriad cultures interact with one another, how they find common ground, develop stronger ties, the sort of insights that might help our friends in Ilsebard. But we'll pursue this goal in our own time. You can be assured that we'll give the contest all due attention. That's all I ask. Otherwise, you're welcome to do as you like. You wanted to find out about your grandfather, right, Kryl? Yes, as far as we could determine from the old missive I found, he had been tasked with investigating the Golden City by your father, the Dawn Servant. Yet, oddly enough, we have no record of that investigation in our archives, and nothing to explain the earring which accompanied the letter. Thus, for reasons both official and personal, I should very much like to get to the bottom of this mystery. I'm sure there'll be a chance to speak with Papa. You can get your answers right from the source. I look forward to meeting him. In any case, you're not the only one with an interest in the City of Gold. The Golden City is a children's bedtime story. I am part of this expedition only because the Third Promise has commanded that I serve as guide. Still playing the part of stoic servant, I see. What of you? Don't you dare tell me you've changed your mind. Let's see. Hoist sail and let the wind take us as she pleases. We won't make you Dawn's servant by standing here talking about it. I go wheresoever adventure is to be found. Let's go with the top. I like the top. Well said. We won't get far wallowing in the shallows. Right then. If all are still committed to the journey, then I say we make ready to depart. It's time to go on a boat. Oh, we didn't make it very far. Aaronville's waiting for us. Eager as they are, the others have already left for the harbor. We're not in danger of missing the boarding call, but perhaps we should be on our way as well. Jumps 004. Hey John, glad to see you in Dawntrail. Have you seen the 99 resolution scaling trick people recommend? No, what is that? Oh, hold on. I think we're going to have a voiced cutscene. Let me know. I'll get back to you once we start playing again.
Savoring the moment? I can feel your excitement, your eagerness to explore the unknown.
Well, for once, the fate of the world doesn't rest on our shoulders. We might even get a chance to enjoy ourselves.
Apply to voice dialogue only. I knew there was some way to do this. This is it. Okay.
Do not be so quick to relax. Oh, Tural may seem but a short sail away on a map. The vast seas between brim with peril. The treacherous waters of Shade's Triangle alone have claimed countless vessels. Even following the safe route plotted by Admiral Bluthishwin herself, this will be no pleasure cruise.
Perhaps, but my voyage here was uneventful enough, disappointing me so.
Either way, the two of you have first-hand experience, which will be of great comfort in the days ahead, I'm sure.
Aye, it's nothing new to us.
All aboard! We're casting off! It's time. I trust you have everything you need?
Man, we're really rocking out on this dock. That is some getting on a boat music right there.
And so does our ship cast off from the docks. We sail west, as Cattenram did some 80 years past, bound for the new world, known to her children as the continent of Tural.
Just wait, Papa. When this contest is said and done, it'll be your daughter who sits the throne. Me! Woklamat!
She's very sure of herself. She would be really awkward if she fell off at that point. Oh, we got a map. Uh-oh. Didn't quite make it.
Smooth sailing so far?
Aye, so far so
Don't
good.
say that. Anytime I've ever said
This
smooth sailing,
She's a fickle
things go
one.
bad.
Calm one moment, blowing a gale the next.
I'll take my rest while I can then.
I feel like I've been standing on this part of the ship the whole journey, just watching people go walk up the top.
We left
Make
port what seems
declarations.
an age ago now, and we've seen naught but open water ahead. I knew Tural was far, but it's another thing to really know. Speaking of which, some of our fellow passengers have made this trip before. Several times, in fact. I was able to learn a few things about Tuliolal and the right of succession.
Oh, what did you learn?
Since we still have a long way to go, why not have a chat with them yourself?
Oh,
I'm sure you have questions of your own.
you're not gonna summarize for me? The Warrior of Light likes summaries. They don't like talking to people.
Did you look out across these same waters, Grandfather?
All right. So, what is this? What is this trick? I set it to 99 for resolution scaling. This. Whoa. 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 Whoa! Does it go away if you hit 100? What? Hold on. Whoa! My goodness! That is sharp. Well, thank you. What a tip. I didn't think we'd be able to tell that much of a difference, but my God. That's huge. Alright, let's talk to Fontaine. Oh. This will be my first visit to Tural. Fontaine's the name. I was working at Eshtaime's Aesthetics in Uldar, you see, but my employment with them came to an end. That's why I visited Charlian in the hopes of starting over. While I was attempting and failing to find a new job, I seized the chance to board this vessel when I overheard room for another passenger had suddenly opened up. I'm told the Dawn Servant welcomes all regardless of origin, and so Tuliolal seemed like the perfect place to begin anew. Hopefully things will be better this time. This guy strikes me as somebody that murdered someone to get on a boat. What's up? Oh, does she get seasick? Oh no, she's just excited. What's up, Alizé? I can feel my edge starting to dull on these long sea voyages. How about some light sparring later? Oh, sweet. We're gonna duel Alizé. I see you in Eorzea before, you great and famous hero. Ah, I've had enough of playing the simpleton. There was a time when we took great pains to maintain the deception, but with more of you Eorzeans coming to Tyrol, it's become impractical. Besides, my mercenary days are over. Too many of our warband have fallen, and so we have come home to lick our wounds. Oh, so that whole talk at the beginning was a little fake. It was a little trickery. My story? Well, since you asked, I wanted to retrace the historic journey of the great Keterim. You know, the first Eorzean to set foot on Tyrol, almost 80 years ago. The Mamulja's leader is said to have welcomed Ketenrim with their open arms, and sent him home with a bounty of silverware as a token of their friendship. But the real treasure was the crops he brought back. Popotos, tomatoes, and corn, which spread across Eorzea like wildfire. His grand adventure led to a culinary revolution. The tales say I just gotta land on a name. I just gotta say it the way it looks right at first. Ketenrim. It's not even the hardest name. I've seen some of the names. This one's easy. Why am I struggling so much with this? The tales say Ketenrim returned to Tyrol several times after that, but his ship vanished during his last recorded voyage. He was never heard from again. That even a seasoned explorer like him could meet such an end is a testimony to the ocean's peril. We're going to talk to the self-assured. Let's talk to the swarthy sailor. Oh yeah, he was the one that sounded like an actual pirate. Did you want to make a wager? We're taking bets on who'll be sat next in the Dawn Servant's shiny chair. There are 4 claimants in the right of succession, with young Woklamat being one of them, of course. But from what a Mamulja bloke was telling us, the other 3 are all strong contenders. Not too many keen to risk their coin on the 3rd promise. Well, you didn't even tell me who they are. Alphino, what's up, bud? I'm told this vessel has been equipped with a barrier generator to protect it from storms. A reassuring thought, though I nevertheless pray there will be no need for it. Don't worry, Alphino. If something happens, you can swim to shore. An adventurer, I presume. I'm a merchant myself, based in Uldar. Specialty imports and exports, Eorzean and Turlai both. If this is your first crossing the salt, as they say, do remember that the social mores of Eorzea are not necessarily the same as those over yonder. Consider this. It is not uncommon for the various races to be referred to instead by the names of certain clans. For the Makote, the Hetsaro, the Hrothgar, the Exbrol, not because every member of a given clan is the same race mind, but because many individuals of said race are associated with that clan. A fair assumption in certain cases, but take care not to give offense. I'll try not to. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Just try not to get offended and get upset. It'll be fine. Did you learn anything of interest? Oh, I hadn't heard about the clan names. We should have Woklamat and Ehrenvel teach us the ones we should know. Actually, it's getting a little chilly up here on deck. Let's all gather in the cabin.
Storms are coming. I can feel it in my bones.
We're in for a proper storm, it seems.
It's raining bottles, it seems. Nope, she is seasick.
How's your stomach? Any better?
I don't know what you mean. I don't get seasick. I'm just feeling a little nauseous is all.
Isn't that what seasickness is?
Erenville, you were born in Tyrol, yes? Do many Vieira live there?
The Shatona, as my people are called, have settlements mainly in the north, in Shaktural.
And your family?
I know nothing of my father, not even his name. As for my mother...
Oh, barrel.
Oh dear.
Come, we should lend what aid we can.
Let's be heroes. Quick. Everybody go be heroic.
I've not seen the ocean rage with such fury before or since.
Oh, is there just a guy hanging up there?
The heaving waves...
Oh,
tossed
I think
our
that's a
ship
glitch.
like a toy.
Because it looked like he went through the mast. I think there's just a
The
guy.
dauntless Alizé, quick to the rescue, was almost lost to the sea herself.
Uh-oh.
Meanwhile, our champion rushed to deploy the vessel's magical defenses, and thereby shield us from the lightning.
Why didn't somebody else do this, though?
What an extraordinary life she must lead to be able to operate such a device with practiced ease.
Well, I have fought Leviathan.
Woklama, too, threw herself into the rescue efforts, though one might have mistaken her for another soul in distress.
You know, she's trying, guys. She's trying.
By the time the unruly seas had calmed, our strength was all but spent, and we had yet to even glimpse the shores of Tural. In retrospect, of course, that battle against the storm would prove a fitting prelude to the coming contest for the throne.
Foreshadowing. Man, that's a real... Ah, I hit it at the wrong spot. That was a good moody shot. I'm gonna have to recapture that at some point. Bird ahoy! Everybody come up, look at the bird.
Morning. Joining us for some fresh air? Seems my belly has settled along with the weather, but I'll feel much better once we're on solid ground. Ugh. Can't be much farther now, can it?
I don't know. You've done this journey before. I haven't. Birds!
Seabirds. Land must be near. You need only hold out a while longer.
For a dark moment, I thought the ocean might swallow us. Glad to have my pessimism proven wrong.
In other good news, I examined the sailor who took a fall, and he's faring well. I'm sure he'll make a full recovery.
What about the one that was like T-posing
news
in the
indeed.
mast? Is he alive?
If all's well, then we needn't delay in launching the landing boat. Ships have to lower anchors some way from shore. Too close, and they risk having their underbellies ripped open by the reefs that crowd Tuliola's coasts. Come.
I did. He's just floating there. I thought somebody was hung. I thought the game got really dark. Because you hear about a guy who, like, falls off the mast is in a bad way. And then there's just a body hanging from the mast, it looks like. It was rough.
all this way.
Ha! We only did what we were paid to do. Couldn't hardly set you adrift halfway. If anything, it should be us thanking you for helping us through that beast of a storm. As a matter of fact, everyone's starting to fancy your chances in the contest. At this rate, we won't be able to lay wagers no more.
Then I better not let you down. Oh. Easy, stomach. Easy.
We're the last to board. If there's nothing left to say, then let's shove off, shall we?
Oh, here we go.
Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
Hey, this is from the cinematic.
There, look, my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
At last, we are come to the land you call the New World. To my home, Tural.
She take off her headband just to match the trailer? She's like, wait, I wasn't wearing this. I saw this at FanFest. I have to take this off. Ooh, jazzy. Alright guys, let's go sit in a coffee shop and write a book we're never gonna publish.
seen cities with an impressive mix of cultures, but this is something else.
Is that a... No. I've never seen Vanu feathers in that color before.
You'll find much here you never knew existed. There may be a sea route now, but visitors to Tulihyolal are still few and far between. And as we don't build seafaring ships, only a handful of Turali ever venture abroad.
Turali, that's how you say it. It's like
Amulja
trolley,
sellswords mostly.
but a little more complicated.
Those willing to play the fool sail with Lominsan merchants to secure employment in Eorzea.
I suppose that makes us a rare sight in your country.
Rare and currently undocumented. Were there some forms we should fill out or...
Forms? Did you forget who you're traveling with?
This isn't Charlian. We don't have to go through customs. We just walk right in. Oh, look at that armor. That armor looks cool.
You are outsiders? Visitors to Tural?
We are.
Our nation is soon to hold a right of succession to choose its next dawn servant. We will not abide interference from foreign agents seeking to foment trouble. What brings you to Tulihyolal?
I can answer that. These fine people are allies in my succession bid.
Third promise. If you vouch for them, then all is well. Of course.
Oh, look at that.
Please, accept our apologies.
Oh, man.
No need to bow and scrape. That our soldiers are so diligent in their duties fills me with pride.
We'll be continuing our patrol then.
Yeah, that guy's armor is cool. I dig it.
Well, well. You really are a figure of authority here.
Are you suggesting I don't look the part?
Eh, you don't act the part.
Anyway, first things first. I bid you welcome to Tulihyolal.
It's so jazzy. I'm jazzed. What do you have to say, Alize? What an amazing city, as lively as Ul'dah and even more colorful. According to Erenvel, the Vanu I thought I saw belongs to a clan known as the Hanu Hanu. It seems they share more than a physical resemblance. I wonder what kind of trouble those soldiers are expecting. Ah, it's so nice to feel that familiar breeze again. I wasn't sure my stomach would make it. Well, despite the storm's efforts to the contrary, here we are, safe and sound. We did it! First quest down! Done! You have arrived in Tulihyolal. You can return to the city at any time by speaking with the swarthy sailor in Scholar's Harbor in Old Charlayan. While being on solid ground has improved Waklamat's mood, her stomach appears to be lagging behind. Food quest. Yeah, I really like the new auto advancing option. Will be really good. Be good for Garrett and Kyle too. Like. Right then. First things first. Still a bit queasy. No more boats for a while. I realize we've just arrived, but we should get you familiar with the city before the rite of succession begins. No arguments here. I should very much like to explore. Then I'll guide you. Are you sure you're in any condition to do so? Ha! We were wondering who these strange folk were. So, the third promise has found herself some new followers, then. Followers. Waklamat, are you unwell? No, not at all. Couldn't be better. The third promise does not get seasick. No, sir. As for my hand-picked entourage here, I've recruited them to help me win the rite of succession. I was about to show them around the city, in fact. That sounds lovely. But a group of foreigners is going to attract attention, especially if they're in the company of the third promise. Everyone will be curious. We certainly were. Your siblings have a tendency to command a respectful distance, but you're just so easy to approach. And I enjoy it so much when you do. Please don't ever worry that you're a bother to me. You're very kind. Good day to you, third promise. They did have a point. Waklamat is technically royalty here. Like it or not, a person of her station surrounded by this many outsiders is bound to draw a crowd. Wait, what do you mean technically? I suggest we move in 2 groups so as to attract less attention. Just technically ignoring me then. Eos, you and Kryl come with me. I'll take the twins then. We'll get in touch once we've had a good look around. That voyage was hard on all of us, so take it slow and recuperate. We have time enough for that. Enjoy your wanderings. Perhaps we should wait a bit? At least until Waklamat's nausea subsides. No need for that. Look, I'm ready to go. Tuliolo isn't going anywhere. Let's give Waklamat a little more time. I'm fine now, really. Can't stand around all day feeling sorry for myself, what with the contest looming and all. Now then, seeing as we're already here, I might as well tell you about the harbor. Arenvel already mentioned the reefs in our coastal waters, which explains why you don't see any big ships moored at the docks. Our vessels with shallow drafts can navigate the bay, mostly small fishing boats or barges ferrying cargo up and down the rivers from inland settlements. Much of the incoming traffic is from Yaktural, the southern landmass. The clans there produce various goods for export. Their wares are unloaded here and carted off to the merchant stalls in the neighboring markets. Speaking of which, Bayside Bevy should be our next stop. Alright. We got companions. We know how companions work. Good day. Everyone else on this quest? We have places to go. This city is cool. Okay, let's talk. This is Bayside Bevy, Tuliolo's largest market. Being right on the harbor, everything from fresh fish to imported wares go directly to the shelves. Anything you want, they most likely have. Oh, right, I should mention that here in Tuliolo, we buy things with Pel, a currency that's Pelu Pelu created. But don't worry, more and more trade is coming from Eorzea, so most shops are happy to accept your gil. There's oh my god, what are they doing? Okay, hold on, let's walk our way through this one here. There's also Wachumeki Meki, another market to the east of here, but that can wait for another time. I have other places I want to show you first. Next, we'll head back a bit, then northwards up the stair to a certain plaza. I can't wait to see the look on your faces. We got through it. We did it. Sometimes you just gotta take a little bit of extra time. You gotta be ready to step back and say, watch a Meki Meki. What do you think of that, eh? Goodness me, you have aetherites? Oh, wrong person. Goodness me, you have aetherites in Tuliolo? I don't know if I'm ever gonna get used to Tuliolo. That's gonna be a long time. I think I told you before, but my brother Koana spent 3 years studying in Sharlayan. He fell in love with the nation and its ways. He brought back to us the knowledge of aetherite construction. Papa warmed to the idea at once, had one built immediately. Did you do the tuning thing? If you're ready to continue, we'll head down again, and then up the slope to the side. Right at the top is the gate which leads to Zaktaral. Let's make a stop at Bright Plume Post on the way, though. That's the headquarters for the Landsguard. Now we wait for Kyle to try it. Man, everybody's gonna do their best. All streamers are gonna do their best. We did it! We attuned! Let's look at the aetherite. Let's appreciate the aetherite. That's a good aetherite right there. I think they said to go back, but we're trailblazing here. We're going this way. We're going up some steps. Jazzy steps. We're jumping over the fence. Come on, gang. Oh, jeez. You know, that actually happened to me in real life once. We're playing Ditch the Headlights at night, which is a stupid game. What is this? I jumped over a fence. Oh, it's a talking point. From that angle, it seemed really weird. Okay. Trudging up and down all these slopes and stairs is exhausting. I understand now where Waklamat gets her endless endurance. We have a lot of narrow winding streets that crawl up the sides of the mountain. As you can see, though, the builders made sure the city's main thoroughfares were wide enough to accommodate wagons. The city is awesome. Say that. Okay, are we still on track here? Yeah, we are. I guess I should be keeping and look at that. Watch a Meki Meki. It's the best. It's such a good name, but you just have to stare at it. tune. There we go. Ooh, it's a little bright and glowing. Here we are. Bright Plume Post. The soldiers stationed here are responsible for defending Tuliolo and preserving the peace. The Landsguard are led by our nation's strongest warrior, and so naturally Papa has commanded them since the beginning. At least until 3 years ago, when Zoralja took over as commander. The title is no empty honor. It means the first promise is considered equal to the Dawn Servant in martial strength. Meanwhile, I haven't even managed to... Well, I'll discuss my brothers and their accomplishments later. Alphino and Alize should be around to hear it too. Come on, it's time I showed you the Sky Gate. It's right at the northern end of Talon March. Alright, well, just turn around. Just go right back the way we came. Alright, let's see what we got here. It's a big door. Massive, isn't it? Well, I said big, but yeah. And on the other side is an equally massive bridge to match. Both were constructed by a race of giants, the Yakhoi. I don't know if I said that right. I just took a guess and then it sounded insulting, so an apology if I said it incorrectly to any Yakhoi out there. Strictly speaking, Tural is actually 2 separate continents. I guess it would be Yak, right? Because I say Yak Tural. So it'd be the Yak Toy. It sounds like spitting. Yak Tural, the southern lands of the mother, and Zak Tural, the northern lands of the father, which lie beyond the bridge. Legends say it used to be one great landmass, but long, long ago the 2 gods fought a titanic battle, and when one threw the other to the ground, the impact was so devastating as to split the continent in twain. A familiar sounding... Oh, wrong person. A familiar sounding tale. I am put to mind the conflict between Hydaelyn and Zodiark. But getting back to Zak Tural, those lands are also part of the Tuliolo nation, correct? That's right. Isn't my father incredible? He united the peoples of 2 continents in a single nation. The many clans of Tural have been at war for generations. It was only when Papa traveled the lands and put a stop to their myriad conflicts that we finally had peace. And that's the main reason I want to win the throne, so I can preserve the peace he built. But I see you're more interested in what's behind the gate than hearing about my aspirations. A character's like, oh, I'm sorry, was I that obvious about it? Crossing the bridge to Zak Tural requires a special travel pass. Unfortunately, they won't issue any new permits until the rite of succession is over. I promise to get you one when I'm Dawn Servant, but until then, you'll just have to wait. I wish we could go there right now. I'll hold you to that. This seems a little whiny. I want to go now. I've never broken my word. Once the throne is mine, that travel permit is yours. Well, now you have to win so that I can get something out of it. like a true adventurer. We must have covered half the city by now. Tuliolo is unlike any other place I've visited. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. Hey, we completed a quest. We got a weapon. Let's open it. Let's see what we got. Is it cool? Let's see. Oh, those are pretty cool. I do like those. Are they better than what I have equipped? What's my current? What are these at? These are 660. Nah, mine's better. We'll just hold on to them. Creation stories are often rooted in true events. Given the similarities, could it be that Tyrell's Legends was inspired by Heidelin's clash with Zodiark? We'll head west next, towards the Arch of the Dawn. The dirigible landing is on the way. You have dirigibles too. Tuliolo certainly doesn't want for methods of travel. We get by. Now, if you've seen enough of this area, let me know and we'll continue on. Yeah, let's keep the tour up. The Arch of the Dawn is on the other side of the city, so speak up if you see something that interests you as we walk. Alright, here we go. Yeah, the way the characters look are so good. Like, the graphic update. The funny thing is I feel like if you show screenshots to people, a lot of people probably are like, I don't really see what they did. It's probably not that much. But, like, I don't know. As somebody that was looking at the old version of 14 an awful lot, this looks so good. Alright, Crowd wants to talk. I'm still struggling to conceive how one could construct an entire city on the side of a mountain. This was originally the site of the Yakui Temple. The giants built it when they were first making the bridge to Jacques Tarral. I might just keep changing how I pronounce everything. To appease the god who slumbers in the great ocean trench. After Yakui... I can't stop thinking of someone doing a bad, like, spit sound. Withdrew, the temple stood empty for centuries. So when oh, gosh dang it, I'm still reading his Kryl. So when I was like, why is she talking about Papa? She's looking for information about her dad, but she doesn't know about this. So when Papa was establishing his new nation, he saw a structure he could refurbish into a palace, sitting practically in the center of Tyrall. We gathered artisans to do the work, and the houses they built for themselves became the foundation of the city you see today. Speaking of houses, we'll be passing through the Resplendent Quarter, the biggest residential district in Tuliolo. We'll climb these sets of stairs here all the way up. A residential area, you say? Well, do they know that we are in the middle of a housing crisis? Yeah, I love the reminder on companion. Oh, look at this. This is cute. Let's get a look at here. This poor kid is gonna be getting, like, held awkwardly for so long. Whee! I love relatable NPCs. I just relate so well to them. My shoulder is stiff. Papa's palace is called Volok Shunsa, which roughly translates to invincible resilience. You probably want to take a closer look, but we'll be coming back here later. Let's move on for now. The sheer scale of this place is incredible. I wonder what that carving at the top represents. Star Destroyer. We all know it's a Star Destroyer. Star Wars crossover expansion confirmed. This person's having a problem. If you ever wonder why some people take a really long time to finish expansions, they got embarrassed. They got caught. Oh, sun's coming up. We got a new song. Now it sounds like Donkey Kong Country. It's great. Alright, let's do some examining. We got some plants. These look like tomatoes. These look pretty good. These look like quality tomatoes. Let's see what else we got here. What's this person doing? Surely no one will miss one tomato. Oh, they're eating tomatoes they're cleaning. We've checked all the... Oh, wait, what are these guys doing? Oh, he's drawing. That's so good. So, this is the Resplendent Quarter. What manner of people live here? Oh, we have residents from all over the Yaktaral clans. Mamulja, Exbrawl, Pelu Pelu, Moblin, Hanu Hanu. We also have Tanawa... Hold on, let's work our way through it. Tonawata. Wata. Hetzaro and Shatona, who moved south from their ancestral lands in Jaktaral. In essence, it's a gathering of people from every corner of Taral. A true representation of Tuliolo's diverse character. The adornments on each building contribute to the eclectic cultural aesthetic. It's also beautiful. I'm glad you think so. Come, we continue down the stairs. I don't know how to go down the stairs. You haven't reminded me on how followers work. What if I fall? Oh, we're getting to alpacas. We're almost in alpaca territory. I saw them. That big drum there is called the Dawn Herald. They play it for formal occasions, like when honoring the Landsguard return from a dangerous duty. I tried hitting it with my axe once and ripped the skin. Earned me a proper scolding, let me tell you. I think that was the time Papa held me upside down by the ankle. Where's the drum? Is that the drum over there? Where are we looking at this drum? I guess it's that, right? Crowd, what do you think of the big drum I can't see? I've never seen such an enormous drum. Me either. What would one even use to beat such an instrument? I don't know. Let's go try and drum on it. Let's go. Okay, now I see the drum. Now it looks plenty drummy. Have to keep the skin supple. Let's go over here by Supple Skin Man. Can we jump on this? Is this the new jumping puzzle? No. It's not, unless it is. Hey, can you all jump up here? Oh, it almost looks like you can. I want to jump on top of a giant drum. Nah, you can't do it. Okay. We tried. Look at that person. They're going to go look at the giant drum, too. I wasn't the only person that wanted to see the drum. Oh, alpacas. There they are. They're very fuzzy looking. And here are our dirigibles. Not bad, eh? Oh yeah, look at them. I hear other nations use airships to sail the skies, but you'll only find balloons in Tuliolo. We have them for the exact same reason as the Aetherites. Koana brought them back from the plains of Charlian, and Papa thought them fantastic and commissioned their construction. This was around 3 years ago. Since that time, we've added flights to other settlements. Trade with frontier communities has never been easier. But that's enough about dirigibles. The Arch of Dawn awaits. Oh, that's back the way we came. Oh wait, hold on. Let's go touch an Aetherite. Alright, we now have access to dirigible landing. Alright, looks like we're going back over here. This is it, the Arch of the Dawn. When the Giants were still here, it was known as the Yogg-Taral Landgate. But when Papa founded Tuliolo, everyone began using its present name in honor of his great achievement. Through this gate is... Okay, one more. Kozama Uka. Alright, I think we got it. Through this gate is Kozama Uka, the wetlands south of the city. Depending on what the right of succession asks of us, we might end up going in that direction. Kusama Uka? That name alone is intriguing. Speaking of which, what were those fluffy animals we passed earlier? Well, Kryl, those are alpacas. And I know this. So I don't know why you didn't. Ah, those are alpacas. Fearsome four-legged fiends. Fearsome? They seem quite placid to me. You'll learn soon enough, Kryl. You'll learn soon enough. Oh, do they have carnivorous alpacas? But forget the alpacas. I have something far more important to show you. Come along. It's good to know that she tours her city the same way I tour my house when people come over. I'm like, look at this thing over here. No, turn around, go this way. Look at this thing over here now. Are these pillars what Clement wanted to show us? If you wish to learn the history of Tuliolum, then look no further. These stone pillars, you mean? Wait. We leveled up! 91! This spot's captured Kryl's attention. Oh, yeah, you said the history word to her. Let's see. What is special about these pillars, if I may ask? At a glance, they might look like ordinary stone decorations, but if you take a really good look, you'll see there's something much more interesting. Okay, I want to try and take a really good look. Okay, so they got pictographs here. Alright. They're gonna probably make us look at them all anyway. I might as well just do this. The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending Duty Finder registrations. Oh. Yeah, let's look at the stone pillars. Let's see what they got going. I see. Pictures? Wait, no, these are glyphs. They seem to tell a series of stories, many of them featuring a two-headed mamulcha. Oh, then this must be... That's right, it follows the exploits of my father, Galul Jaja, and his... Not again, Jaja. And his journey to unite our lands, we call the Tuliolo Saga. Oh man, they're announcing 3 expansions too. Get ready for the Tuliolo Saga. The deeds he performed and the bonds he forged, all immortalized in stone. There's no better way to learn how Tuliolo came to be. Study them as long as you like. Oh. Okay. Let's click. This pillar tells the lay of the Brotherhood. It depicts the scene where Papa granted an audience to the foreign explorer Ket something. I can never remember the name. You mean Kettenrem? Ah, that's the one. Kettenrem's arrival in Tyrol is what prompted Papa to embark on his own journey. It's said the two grew to be close friends, brothers in spirit, if not in blood, but no one knows what became of the explorer in later years. Kettenrem's disappearance is a mystery in Eorzea as well. The records say he traveled between our lands and yours for a while, but then it's assumed he was lost at sea. Alright, we got that one. Let's do this one. This one recounts the Lay of Repast. As you can probably tell, the figure depicted here is of the Jabral? I'm going to say Jabral, like me. For decades, the Jabral and the Mamulja were at war for control of the forest of Yaktel. The actions Papa took to end that conflict have since been hailed as the first steps in the founding of Tuliolo. There is a clan of Hrothgar in Boja. Oh, it's Kryl. I need to really read who's saying what. There's a clan of Hrothgar in Boja known as the Hellions. In their society, the women rule as queens and the men serve as devoted subjects. Yet here in Tyrol, Jabral men and women appear to be of equal status. How dramatically culture can vary with location. Here we have the Lay of Reeds. This is the story of when Papa visited the Hanu Hanu in their village in Kazama Uka. The people Alphino almost mistook for Vanu Vanu. If not for the colorful plumage, he spent a fair bit of time among the Vanu in the Sea of Clouds, so it's no surprise he took an interest in your countrymen. I don't know how it is with your Vanu, but our Hanu are bright and cheerful sort. They hold this one festival every year, very famous, and a lot of fun. Let's see. This one is the Lay of Pots, which depicts the moblins of Kazama Uka. They might wear odd masks and sound weirdly muffled when they talk, but the gold and silver work they sell is the best you'll find anywhere. Moblin goods are the standard when it comes to gift giving. Clearly the Vanu aren't the only people with distant Tyroli counterparts. If you're done with the first half, we can move on to the second. Yes. The Lay of Gold. This pillar shows one of the Pelu Pelu, whose homeland is in Urkopacha. Having created our currency, the Pelo are rightfully known as the Merchant Clan. They oversee Tuliolo's markets, and their traveling peddlers are a common sight no matter where you go in Tyrol. Don't let their size fool you. They might be mistaken as children, but beneath those beaked masks they are clever and calculating traders. Yeah, we know a couple people like that. The Lay of Proof. That big fellow is of the Yakui, the largest of Tyrol's people. These giants once used their great size and strength to establish a dominion encompassing all of Yak Tyrol. Having brought the southern reaches to heel, they then turned northward, setting their sights on Jacques Tyrol. You'll recall that massive bridge they built beyond the Sky Gate. Sometime after launching their northern campaign, however, they just gave up. They abandoned the lands they'd conquered and withdrew into the mountains of Urkopacha. I've never seen any of their kind so much as set foot in the city. This was a people with the power and resourcefulness to raise a temple on a mountaintop and build a bridge across the sea with stone. What would move them to renounce their ambitions and their place in Tyroli history? It's a good question. What would have caused that? Oh, this one is my favorite. The Lay of Ice. It depicts the battle with the legendary Tural Vidral Valagurmanda. I should explain. A Tural Vidral is a creature that has lived far beyond its usual lifespan and awakened to preternatural power. Tataru described the Far Eastern auspices in a similar fashion. Could this be the same phenomenon? Valagarmanda was dubbed the Sky Ruin, a name earned for the destruction and terror it visited upon Tural every time it stirred from its slumber. But 80 years or so ago, its ruinous reign was brought to an end after a great struggle. Papa and his comrades managed to overcome the raging Vidral and sealed it away in the Urkapacha Mountains. Despite its reputation, however, Valagurmanda is also a symbol of power. That's why you'll see its likeness on Tuliolo's national emblem and adorning banners at the palace. Man, it gets a little tongue-twisty at times. This one is unmarked. Papa says he left a blank pillar for the next chapter of Tuliolo's history, whatever that might be. Had your fill of history then? Yes, thank you. Glad to hear it. You know, I feel awfully hungry all of a sudden. No surprises we're seeing I couldn't keep anything down for a while, but now I think I'm ready to eat again. So let's go have ourselves a bite of a local delicacy. Come, I'll take you to the best restaurant in the city. I like the sound of that. All right, it's time for running. We got jazz going. Oh, we're right here. We're at the best restaurant in the city. What a lovely establishment. I'm reminded of the Bismarck in Lemsalominsa. Have you ever had tacos? They're a Tuliolo classic. You bake a crunchy shell made from corn flour and fill it with meat and salad. A lot of shops and stalls sell them, but I like how they're made here. What are they doing? This is why they aren't voicing a bunch of these cutscenes. I've been sitting here wondering, like, man, there's not a lot of voiced cutscenes so far. It's because they want me to have to say this. Jabalyev Thai? Is that it? Jabalyev Thai? I'm gonna say Jabalyev Thai. We're gonna go with that. That's what we're gonna go with. Allura for real. Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. But I like how they're made here at Jabalyev Thai best. And I need one right in front of me right now. Let's head downstairs and place an order with Brook Uvu. Yeah, I do feel a little messed with, to be honest. At least we're gonna get tacos.
Brook Evu!
Oh, here we go. It's Brook
My
Evu.
companions must sample your heavenly tacos. One for each of us, please.
Make him say the name of the restaurant.
I promise.
and I'll pack them tight with my choicest feelings. Only the best for you and your friends.
Yes, it's wonderful to eat. What was the name again?
Did you hear the Silver Scales are back? Seems their overseas foray ended in disaster. More than half their warband is missing, including their leader.
Aye. And now keen to rebuild their broken reputations, the survivors seek the Golden City. A fool's errand. How many hopefuls have disappeared in search of that fable? They should count their lucky stars they came home alive at all.
The legend of the Golden City is well known here, I take it.
It is, but as no one's ever seen it, many question if there is any truth to the tale. Like our skeptical Erinville.
I can't imagine the Dawn Servant would request a formal survey for a place that doesn't exist.
Now quick, ask the owner what the restaurant's name is.
Now to find a spot with a pleasant view to enjoy our crunchy spoils. Oh. Oh.
A crime has been committed.
If it isn't the third promise.
Oh. No.
I don't know these ones. New salt.
Step on his tacos.
Dredge from foreign waters is my guess, brother.
Of course, that's it. Wuklamat is so afraid of the coming contest that she went crying for special help.
Was there something you wanted, Bakul Jaja?
Oh, not again, Jaja.
The
I'm
third
not gonna...
promise
I can't stop
remembers
that.
us.
I think it every time.
Such an honor.
I'm sorry to everybody who's gonna hear the same joke
Glory
over and
on
over.
Your name, brother. And on yours, brother.
I know my rivals for the throne. Nothing more.
Another child of the Dawn Servant?
No, this brute.
We have no ties to their farce of a family. Unlike the sneevling housecut, we are blessed siblings, the elevated chosen. We alone are fit to succeed Golul Jaja as Dawn Servant.
All peoples are equal in Tulihiola. Your heritage gives you no greater claim to the throne.
Ha! Shall we test that idea here and now? See if your strength is equal to ours.
Yeah, he stepped on your tacos. Beat him up.
None of this has any bearing on the right of succession, correct? Best not waste your energies on pointless scuffles.
No, he stepped on tacos. Fight him. Beat him up.
The kitten comes to the house cat's defense.
Pathetic. Since when was our nation overrun by mewling weaklings?
Listen to me, you.
Kryl.
A two-headed mamulja. I knew of them, but that's the first I've seen in the flesh.
Some get it into their twin heads that they're destined to follow in my father's footsteps. So they travel to distant lands to hone their battlecraft. Those are likely the ones you've heard about.
Are there other two-headed claimants?
No, just Bakul Jaja. Even in Tural, his kind are far from common. The Mamulja people largely belong to one of three clans. The Hubigo, the Bunewa, and the Dopro. Every once in a great while, a two-headed offspring is born from a union between the brown-scaled Hubigo and the blue-scaled Bunewa. The child grows to possess immense strength, both physical and magical.
Blessed siblings indeed.
Forget them. Let's go and buy more tacos. I can think of nothing better to rid me of this bad taste in my mouth.
Alright, as long as we're getting more tacos. As long as that was not the only taco option. Ah, crap.
Enjoying your tour of the city, I trust. We've seen our share of notable sights and took a moment to rest.
Well, we were going to eat tacos,
we're ready to present
but
ourselves at the palace for the rite of succession. Shall we meet you there?
you just gotta eat tacos
The
first?
palace it is. I'll let Wuklamart know. Destiny calls. Perhaps we can return for more tacos later?
God damn it.
So it goes.
What are we doing? What are we doing? We let somebody step on our tacos, and then we didn't go get more? This is an outrage. We're outraged. I was looking forward to trying some authentic Tuliolo cuisine, but we should hurry and join Alphino and the others at the palace. Alright, it's a bit of a climb to the top, but you can head up from the Resplendent Quarter, or even the eastern side of Talon March if you prefer. Now that you have an idea of how the city's laid out, I'll let you find your own way to Valak Shunsa. My poor empty belly. No time for tacos, there's plot. The plot is tacos. Tacos and the plot are intrinsically linked. Without one, there cannot be the other. Man, look at all the people gathered over here. You ever feel like something important happens, but you can't tell quite what it is yet? Alright, we've been getting a lot of... We got that one. I think we got that one. We never went to... Wachameki Meki. We should just get all these so we can teleport around. And take a moment to enjoy the city, of course. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. I will be right back. And then we will continue and see what else is going on. So stick around, everybody. I'll be right back. All right, that's enough. That's enough Lahian. We don't need any more of that. Chill on the Lahi, please. It's time to keep going. All right. Where were we? We were making our way up top. Tacos had been crushed. Hopes had been dashed. I was trying to get all these little aetherites, though. We'll maybe try for one more. Okay, should be somewhere around here. Find that aetherite. Oh man, I moved. I failed. I failed at attuning. Alright. Watch Meki is attuned. Alright, so I think... Did we get Bright Plume Post? I don't remember now. We'll just keep going now. We did well enough. Okay, so we gotta go up a bunch of stairs. We're going up. What direction do the stairs go? Up. That's the answer. That's what we'll accept. That's what we're gonna do. Oh yeah, I got lost over here similarly before. I'm basically retracing my steps. This is where I jumped over a fence and fell a very far way. Yep, down here. It's just my path. That's how I get places. Well, maybe we will get this aetherite. We're close enough now. Might as well find out. Let's sprint. We did go all the way up to the door. I'm pretty sure I got this one. Well, if not, it's just a chance to hear some smooth jazz. And, okay, yeah, we got it. Okay, we're missing Valuk Shansa, and we're at Bright Plume Post. So yeah, we just gotta go get that one. And that's where we're going. So, good. It all works out. Everything is coming up perfect. Alright, we made it to the top. We're going in the big hole. There's a fat chocobo in here. Okay, this should be the last one. Yeah. We did it! You made it. Good. Then we're all here. I'm still hungry enough to eat a whole roasted colibri, but the contest won't wait for us forever. What shirt did we get? Let me see the shirt. Is it cool? That's okay. We saw a two-headed Mamulja on our way here. Another claimant in the right of succession, according to Ehrenfell. He stepped on our tacos, man. The food is amazing. A passing Mamulja let us try a fruit called the cherimoya, and it was just sublime. There are so many narrow, winding streets, but even if you get lost, all you have to do is keep heading up, and you'll arrive at the palace eventually. That's how I got here. Upon speaking to Ehrenfell, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Oh no, we're not going to have a banquet, are we? More tacos will be crushed. I have acquainted the twins with the city as best I could in such short time. Their unbridled enthusiasm made it rather difficult. Invariably, something would catch their eye, spurring them to run down an alley and to investigate. It was like herding a pair of unruly corals. Yeah, that sounds about right. I understand all too well. Charlene had the same effect on me. Right then. Now it's time we saw the inside of the palace. Papa will want to know I'm home and meet the allies I've chosen. Given how impulsive he is, though, there's no telling what we might be in for. Well, that's ominous. Hi, Estinian. Oh man, Estinian's armor looks awesome.
Estinian? When did he get here?
What's the point? Why is he here?
Yeah, both these things.
Oh, you know this man? Whenever my father spots a promising opponent, he invites them to Sunperch to duel. Pressing duties or no, he can't resist a good fight.
So the one Estinian's crossing blades with.
That will do, Spearman. I will receive my darling daughter.
What's up with his other head? One of his heads looks dead.
Know that you are the strongest I've fought in many a moon, if not longer. It is the privilege of a life long lived to face such a formidable soul.
If it's formidable you want, then look no further than that woman there.
Uh-oh. Singled out.
I see you, warrior.
We had no idea you meant to visit Taral.
I've seen what lies east. This time I chose west.
And thus did our itinerant dragoon make his travel plans.
You witnessed our bout. If you thought he was fearsome, that was with one head dozing.
Oh, it's asleep.
I'm not sure I understand.
The old man has been feeling his years. The uncovered side is the head of resolve, and age has only deepened his love for combat. But the head of reason, wiser of the two, sleeps more and more these days. As I understand it, the veil helps with the restoration of his magical energies.
Enough about me, Lamati. I want to hear of your adventures.
Lamachi.
A term of endearment. It's what my family calls me.
Oh. When last did we see you in the palace? Greetings, Solonesh.
It's Erenville now, Dawntrail. I took the name while abroad, and have since grown accustomed to it.
Erenville, then. And these others? I assume are Lamati's recruited allies.
Yes, that is us.
All tempered steel. Yet as much as I'd enjoy testing their metal, the hour of the right is at hand. I will summon the other claimants at once.
Then I shall leave you to it. Good fortune, my friends.
He's leaving? It's just like, hey guys, Estinian's here. Yeah, he's gone. He's just off to do Estinian things, I guess.
The claimants are assembled.
That's us.
The first promise, Sorolja. The second promise, Ona. The third promise, Uklamat. And lastly, the chosen of Mamuk, Bakun Jaja.
Oh, he's acting too good to be here. What a punk.
You four will compete in the rite of succession, the outcome of which will decide who takes my place as Dawn Servant. I am not the man I once was. My wiser half sleeps the days away, and it is time I yield my position. But mine is a torch that has never been passed. Tuliyollal is young, and so I look to the always for inspiration. The rite of succession, the means by which the autarch of Mamuk was chosen. Only the two-headed were deemed fit for this contest, but the Tuliyollal I built is a nation of many peoples. Our leader needn't have two heads, nor be a Mamulja at all.
Yeah, you punk. What do you think of that?
So
It could be
gave the
this
right
weird
of
Dr.
claimant,
Cat.
not only to the son I sired, but to my adopted children as well. Yet the opportunity to rule was still not equal. That is why a recent tournament offered a place in the contest as the winning prize.
Now you have us to compete against. Oh, though it seems the one-head was already too afraid to face us in the tournament.
Our brother was in Shok Tural leading the Landsguard on a campaign to eradicate a Tural Vidral. Anyone with sense would know he was too busy for games.
Alright, Dr. Catman. You got him.
Now for the part you've been waiting to hear. The nature of the contest itself.
Arm wrestling. A rousing
To
game
triumph
of
in the rite
war.
of succession, and thereby claim our nation's throne, you must travel the lands of Yogg-Tural and find the City of Gold.
Oh.
If I may, Father.
Speak, Kona.
The Golden City is an ancient Turali legend, but after so many failed attempts to find it, the story has become more fairy tale than fact.
I know where the
You
lost
charge us
city
with
of
such a quest,
tacos
are we
is.
then to assume you
It's
have
under
proof
Jar
of the
Jar's
city's
foot.
existence?
I offer us proof my unbroken word, for I have seen it with my own four eyes.
Oh, cool. Can you tell us where it is then?
The city's real. All those years.
This was before the founding of Tuliyollal. I traveled the lands of Tural with my companions, and we ended our journey at the gates to the Golden City. I mean to have you do the same, but in order to achieve victory proper, you need to break the seal I put in place. Bring them.
Is it tacos? We are in dire need of replacement tacos.
Tuliyola saga.
You will retrace the path I walked to unite our peoples, step by step. Along the way, 7 chosen electors will be waiting to measure your worth. Earn their keystones by performing the feats they ask of you. Once you've fitted each of the 7 tablets with the keystone, you'll have the key to unlock the seal on the Golden City's gates.
Alright, we got this.
So the contest is in stages, none of which can be skipped by rushing to the ultimate objective.
Exactly. Exciting, isn't it?
Martial tournaments, hunting festivals, and now this? You do so love your contests, Papa.
Were I a few years younger, I would have joined in myself, giving you a proper challenge. You may think the ride is tedious or nonsensical, or both, but I am yielding our nation's throne. Let me have this final indulgence.
A waste of time. Just name Bakunja as successor and be done with it.
The rite of succession begins now. I'll be watching you progress with great interest. And Clemens, remember to collect your tablets before you leave.
Alright, everybody get a tablet. I don't want to have to turn around and come back because somebody forgot to get their tablet.
You are one of Lamachi's allies. Speak freely.
I am Cryle Baldessian, representative of the students of Baldessian. My name is perhaps familiar to you?
Ah.
It would seem you sent this letter to my orders some years ago. The ink has since faded and much of the writing is illegible. Even so, we managed to determine the essence of it. A request to investigate the Golden City, addressed to my grandfather, Galuf. Included with the correspondence was this earring. A fairy tale and a piece of jewelry were enough to convince my grandfather to sail halfway across the world. So there is surely some greater mystery at work here. On behalf of the students, I've come to seek clarification on the matter. Have you any knowledge you might share with me?
Yes, find the Golden City and I'll tell you.
No, not at this time.
Oh man, I was right.
I have tasked the claimants with finding the Golden City. To fulfill your request would afford one of them an unfair advantage in the right of succession. But once the contest is decided, I plan to entrust the entire truth to my successor. If you want to hear it, then you had best help Lamachi win.
Very well, Dawn Servant. On my honor as a student of Baldessian, I will find your Golden City.
Alright, let's do it. But we kind of know where it is.
Thank
It's
you
really
for
more
hearing my
finding a
petition.
way to get into it, but...
How about that? She's grown into a remarkable young woman. You should be proud, Galov.
Man, he knows so much more than he's letting on. I like him. He's a cool character. He's a good dude.
Too late to change your mind now, I suppose. But are you sure you wish to be part of this? Our third promise is not wont to take no for an answer. Though you may have agreed to help, I worry that you were swept up in her relentless enthusiasm. Or perhaps you've been lured by the glory of the Golden City. Either way, this contest for the throne will place you and yours at the heart of political turmoil. If you are second-guessing your decision, tell me now. This may be my last chance to help you withdraw.
Life is a series of journeys, my friend, and there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another.
I want to see where this journey leads.
So you are committed to your path? I will speak no more of it then. As for my own involvement, I can no longer conduct myself as a mere guide, I think. Not after the Dawn Servant's revelation.
Here they come! It's Saralja! Such a fearsome mien. Make no mistake, there goes Tuliola's mightiest warrior.
First promise, our village needs aid. The cold weather stunts our crops, and the children of our village go hungry. Once you ascend the throne, I beg of you, grant my people new lands, please!
Saralja. Take heart, tiller of the soil.
The Resilion son, blood heir to the Dawn Servant, has heard your pleas.
Was handled interestingly.
Saralja, the first promise and commander of the Landsguard. Saralja, the Palaceer. As he was so careful to remind the crowd, Saralja is indeed the natural child of Gurul Jaja.
And Resilient Son, is that another title, like the first promise?
After a fashion, common knowledge has it that two-headed Mamulja cannot sire children. Yet Saralja was born all the same, with the head of Resolve's features and the head of Reason's scales. An extraordinary example of life's unyielding resilience.
And a warrior's reticence. He says little, but the way he moves... I know a hardened soldier when I see one.
He's a natural swordsman, a gift he inherited from his father. Some even say that the son has already surpassed the sire. Should he come to power, the first promise means to employ that martial prowess in the conquest of foreign lands. For this, he and his supporters have been labeled expansionists.
Alright, so he wants to conquer.
This puts him in direct opposition to Wuklamat, who advocates for the preservation of peace. You may recall that she spoke of a claimant who cannot be allowed to rule. That is Soraltia, the warmonger.
Oh man, it's not the taco stepper?
Cryon, are you alright?
The echo. It gave me a glimpse into Zoralja's ambitions. Deep and unknowable, like an abyss. Yet at the same time, a roaring, unquenchable fire. It was a trifle terrifying, to be frank.
Hey, I didn't see no echo. Alright, what's Cat Doctor's deal?
Second promise. You must bring us more marvelous conveniences. More dirigibles and trains and the like. We need you in charge to make trading easier. The elders, they complain and complain about abandoning tradition. But we're not like them, afraid of everything foreign and new. You have our wholehearted support. With your ingenuity and knowledge, you're sure to win the contest.
Forgive me, but the right of succession is barely begun. I will hear your petitions if and when I am named Dawn Servant. If you will excuse me.
Cat Doctor has no time.
Plain spoken, as always. That's Arcona. Practical to a fault.
Here we have Kona, the second promise, who spent time as a pupil at Charlian's own studio.
Now that you mention it, I think I did see him in the halls once or twice. There was nothing to suggest he was Turali, much less from a royal family.
That was by design. He forwent his usual garb and took an Eorzean name to avoid attention.
So it was Kona who introduced the dirigibles. And the railway too, given what we just heard.
In furtherance of his goal, to enrich Tuliolal with every bright notion he learned of in Charlian. He is the hope of those who prize innovation. As aloof as he may seem, Kona and Wuklamat actually get along rather well. They bicker and banter as only close siblings do.
How gracious of you all to cheer the lesser claimants. Come now. What are you afraid of? I'm no different from your Dawn servant.
Yeah, taco
that
smasher.
My kind should reign is Mamulja tradition, and has been so since before there was a Tuliola. I'll brush aside your feeble contenders, and then you'll see who deserves your fealty.
I just want my character to yell, "Yo, this guy's a dirty taco smasher."
Well said, brother.
The Mamulja have finally found peace in Tuliolal. A pity those fanatics are intent on keeping that tradition alive.
The chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja, winner of the recent martial tournament, and the only claimant not of the Dawn's promise. His strength is undeniable, but you see how he is. A few devoted Mamulja are his only supporters.
What would he do with the throne should he win it?
His policies and so forth. I doubt he's thought much beyond winning the contest itself. But one thing seems
He's got
certain.
2 heads, he hasn't thought about
If he does
anything.
become Dawn Servant, he will see the Mamulja exalted as the ruling class, and all others forced into subservience.
Sounds like another that cannot be allowed to rule.
We wish for one thing and one thing only, Third Promise. To abide together in harmony with our neighbors whom we love in this land we share. It is our way, the Turoli way.
Galul Jaja built for us this peaceful nation, and we beg you to preserve it.
You have my word. I won't let your pleas go unanswered.
Until Tuliolal was founded some 80 years ago, this continent was ravaged by war. The eldest among us remember that dark era, and they are Wuklamat's most ardent supporters.
Apologies. It's hard to get away. This is Namika, my childhood nursemaid. She's been like a mother to me my whole life. I told her it wasn't necessary, but she insisted on seeing us off.
Aw, that's nice.
I place our precious third promise into your care.
Did you know Wuklamat was taking part in the rite of succession?
Of the Dawn's promise. I thought it was only Zoralja and Kona. If she has any accomplishments to her name, I've yet to hear them.
Uh-oh.
Compared to the two Mamulja, she pales in martial prowess. And then there's Kona, who's far and away the most educated of the bunch. I hate to say it, but it's hardly a competition.
It's fine. More than anyone. I understand how much better my brothers are than me.
Better? Wuklamat. I have never thought of you as the lesser sibling.
Yeah, you need some confidence.
Your brothers may excel in their respective
Look, I was a little on the
ways,
fence until we met the other potential candidates.
Lack a strength.
Now I have no
that is
problem backing
yours
her. All the others kind of
Having
suck.
cared for you for so long, I should know.
Thank you, Namika.
I guess Cat Doctor's okay. But how will he balance being a ruler and a cat doctor at the
We
same
ought to be on
time?
our way.
Yes, hurry along. I await word of your victory with bated breath.
Bye. Alright, let's see what everybody has to say here. Ehrenvel, as you just witnessed, Wuklamat has no great army of supporters. Not yet, at least. I know not what drives Zoral Jah, but it engulfs him like an inferno. Hey, real dragons in the way. That two-headed claimant, Bakul Jaja, treats everyone around him as lesser beings. No doubt he tried to elevate the Mamulja above the other races should he become Dawn Servant. not unlike how the Garlean Empire afforded special status to pure-blood Garleans. So, Koana, the second promise, is intent on developing his country by means of Charlayan innovations. Given his background, I suppose it should come as no surprise. Well, so much for a brief reunion I had in mind. Papa is not one to waste time when he decides to act. I'm used to it by now, of course, but others are often caught off guard. In any case, we should talk about how we're going to find the City of Gold. All we have to work with are the 7 tablets and their connection to the Tuliolo saga. Might I suggest first comparing the tablets against the pillars? We could check for any discrepancies between them. Good idea. Let's go take a look. Good job, Alphino. You're the twin we bring to the escape room, and this is exactly why. Am I looking for side quest suggestions? I mean, you can certainly mention some. I don't think I'm going to necessarily jump right at them, but as somebody who doesn't usually do them, it doesn't hurt to know which ones I should be on the lookout for. Does it involve alpacas? I'm gonna hide in this bush and scare people as they go by. I won't give up until we find the Golden City, for Woklamat as well as myself. I wasn't expecting events to progress that quickly, but I won't complain. The contest is the main reason we're here, after all. The preparation of intricately carved tablets for every claimant must have taken considerable effort and forethought. We should consider them weighty reminders that this contest is no light-hearted matter. At a glance, they seem much the same. Let's ask Alphino. He's got an eye for this. That makes everyone. Woklamat, the tablets, if you would. Of course. Everyone has a tablet? Then let's compare them to their respective pillars. Keep an eye out for even the smallest differences. Okay, good. I'm involved in this too. I want to play this mini game. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be a little annoyed if I don't get to play the compare and find the discrepancy mini game, because that sounds like a much more fun mini game than a follow somebody without being noticed mini game that we had to play too often last expansion. Damn it. Unless I'm missing something, the glyphs appear to be identical. Oh, well, maybe it wouldn't have been fun anyway. The only difference being that the tablets have hollows where the keystones are to be fitted. So, now that we've established that the scenes are the same, where do we go from here? The Dawn Servant said we were to retrace the path he walked in uniting Tyrell's peoples. And that we would encounter 7 electors along the way. Then we have the answer here in front of us. Papa's path is laid out in the Tuliolo saga. The events the glyphs portray Do we know the exact locations where they took place? If one is close, we could go there and search for an elector. That would confirm we're on the right track. Let me think. The Lay of Reeds was in the nearby Hanuhanu settlement. Papa took me there once. It was during festival season, and the whole village was alive with good cheer. There's also the Lay of Gold. That one involved the Pelu Pelu village, which is about the same distance from here. Before going anywhere, we should ask around about the road ahead. I heard a lot of talk as we toured the city about that storm we passed through at sea. Boy, I had a hard time with that one. Apparently it ravaged Dawntrail several days ago. Since our roads are not as well paved as Eorzea's, they're more susceptible to damage from natural disasters. If we want to avoid wasting time taking a dead-end trail, I suggest we spend a few moments making inquiries. If it's information we need, just leave it to me. I'll bring the information to us. I feel like she's gonna come back carrying somebody. Ah! This man knows. It would be prudent to ensure we're prepared for the journey. I'll guide you to the accommodations I've arranged. Oh, this might be why everybody's standing around here. That's right. The reservation is under Woklamat's name. If you don't mind, I'll leave my companions to you. Certainly, sir. I'll go and track down the third promise. Once you've finished organizing your gear, you can meet us outside Exbalviate. This is not gonna be... I think I figured out what I wanted to call it, and I forgot the second I saw it again. Greetings, visitors to Tuliyollal, and welcome to Forard Cabins. Whenever you are ready, I'll show you to your rooms. To the inn! Everybody walked away. My character's just continuing to stand there. Trying to figure out how to say the name of things. Wait, I want to see it. Let me see. Let me see the room. Ooh. What a good room. Look at this. Oh my gosh. This is nicer than my house. Alright, back out to the jazz. Let's go. I just wanted to see the room. I didn't have anything I needed to do in there, but I wanted to see it. I'm gonna be singing this song a lot. I've only heard it a couple times, but I'm already just in the mood when I run around. Burp, 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 burp. Yeah, let's wait for him. Everybody showed up. trust you to be the keenest to head out, Eos. But where are Erenvel and Wuk-Lamat, I wonder? Oh, good, you're all here. Who might your companions be? Seeing as we needed information, I thought who better to get it from than the locals. These two hail from the villages we're thinking to visit. I give you credit for taking initiative, at least. What do you mean, at least? I am honored that the Third Promise would seek my advice. I, too, am happy to answer your questions. Any encounter might be an opportunity to do business. Thank you both for your help. Before we begin, there will doubtless be other occasions when we need to act independently, so I brought these for the two of you. Cell phones! What's this? It is called a link pearl, a gemstone harvested from a special shell. When linked together, they allow people to communicate across great distances. Is that so? What a handy thing to have. It'll be very useful on our travels. Speaking of which, I should get back to introducing my two new friends here. Please, ask anything. I'll gladly tell you what I know. What a stroke of luck to forge this connection to the palace. May it be the beginning of a profitable partnership. Wuk-Lamat may not be as experienced or accomplished as her brothers, but she has an affinity for the people. For her, finding those willing to cooperate is as simple as asking. Is there a reason the Pelu Pelu all wear those masks? Who should we speak to first, do you think? Even up close, the Hanu are remarkably similar to the Vanu, aside from those brilliant feathers, of course. The Tuliolo saga features a number of Tural's clans. Two of those, the Hanu Hanu and the Pelu Pelu, have settlements relatively close to the city, so I brought a representative of each. As I mentioned before, the Hanu are a cheerful people who love their festivals. They make their appearance in the Lay of Reeds, and their home village, Alkanu, is located in the Kazama Uka. The other smaller fellow is one of Pelu, a clan of business-minded folk from Urgopacha. They appear in the Lay of Gold and craft all kinds of marvelous goods in Wachanpelo, their village. Now, as for deciding which village to visit first, why don't you put that adventurer's instinct of yours to work for us, Eos? Pick your destination. Upon completing this quest, the main scenario will branch into 2 quest paths. Accepting the quest from the helpful Hanu will temporarily prevent you from accepting the quest from the approachable Pelu, and vice versa. The second quest path will become available from the respective NPC once you have completed the series of quests from the first path. Furthermore, story elements and quest rewards will not be affected by your initial choice of path. Speak to the NPC you prefer and embark on the trail for the rite of succession. Alright, chat, let's work through this together. Let's take a brief reprieve from the jazz here. Let's quiet it down. Let's take a moment. We got to figure it out. What is the order we are going to do things? I got a couple of thoughts here. Part of me wants to go the order I read about them in the tablet, which means I start with the Hanu. But I also know, because I watched the the media tour stuff that came out. And I know the first dungeon, it seems like, is in the Hanu area. And it feels a little weird to go Hanu, Pelu, and then back to Hanu. But maybe that makes the most sense. I'll take a moment. Well, go ahead and let me know what you think in the chat. I'm not guaranteeing I'm doing anything that anybody says, but let me know what you think. Put your preference in the chat. Because this is not always an easy decision. Last time, my wife made the choice based on who was going with me. And we went with Urianger and Thancred and Estinian because she dubbed that team Team Do Them Both. Which was technically a reference to the fact that you could do both eventually. But she knew what she was saying. She was implying that there were at least 2 hot guys on Team Do Them Both. My wife doesn't care for Estinian. I know that's going to be shocking to people that have crushes on Estinian. But my wife thinks Thancred and Urianger are the hottest characters in Final Fantasy. Thus, Team Do Them Both. This time we don't know. Maybe the twins will give us some thoughts. Maybe they won't. Nope. We don't know how the team's going to divide. Maybe we're all going to go. Right now, Hanu first and Pelu second has a vote. Nobody else with a strong opinion, so we might go with that. I was leaning Hanu first anyway, so it's kind of like 2 votes at the moment. That was the order I looked at the thing. I feel like somebody who looked at the thing, I would go in the order that I looked at them. So with that logic in mind, I think we're going to do the Hanu first. Let's turn it back up. The quest to Urkopacha will become available once you have completed this quest series, beginning with the helpful Hanu. So, what is it you'd like to know? The route to Akanu. We go south through the Arch of Dawn, then follow the road which runs alongside the Kazama-uka River. Is that right? It is. Be warned, however. My brethren tell me the recent storm has rendered the path even muddier than usual. The footing is quite poor in some parts. Far worse was the destruction visited upon our homes, though. Houses were torn apart, and several people injured, if not killed. Even our beloved festival is in danger of being called off this year. If you do still plan on going, I must urge you to proceed with caution. We'll be sure to watch our footing. Thank you. Now I'm worried for the Hanu. It sounds like they were hit hard by that storm. Anyway, if we're bound for Kazama-uka, we should head over to the Arch. We'll be back to talk to you again in good time, Master Merchant. Meanwhile, you can eat and drink your fill at Shibuya-tai. It's all been arranged. Why can't we get tacos? If the Pelu can eat however much he wants, if he can do whatever the hell he wants at that restaurant, then why can't we eat at least 1 taco? What's this? We got an unlock mission? Oh, for the hunts. Well, we have our heading. We have a new zone to go to. And I still have this zone to explore. So with that in mind, I think we're going to stop there. I think that's where we will call it for now. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. So we started this adventure. I might go take a nap. I had to get up very early this morning. So I'm going to call it there. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for hanging out, listening to me stumble through names that don't make any sense to me. And I'll catch you next time as we figure out what the heck is going on. I still don't have a plan. I don't know if I'm going to stream this whole thing or not. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it goes. But there will be some video content up on YouTube, so look for that. And otherwise, thank you everybody for being here. I'll catch you next time. Till then, bye everybody.